Welcome back to Learning League, episode 31, the League of Cleavers. I'm thinking to myself, it's like the League of Draven, right? We just play Draven all day and win. Well, I guess the League of Cleavers is to keep on building or keep on building Black Cleavers. Almost messed up that bot. Keep on building Black Cleavers. We win games, right? More often times than not, you're seeing that right now in solo queue, right now in pretty much everything, which is really sad. One thing's first, I will talk about the whole changes and stuff like that. And truthfully, biggest thing about Black Cleaver is it is going to get nerfed just a little bit, but I just say just a little bit. And this is the same still reason we're still going to be doing this episode, and this episode's actually still relevant. It's still really strong. Although the armor penetration is changed to unique, so that's really good. And now it's down from 15 to 10, which is actually a little bit more viable of a kind of number to kind of get through. Like again, if the penetration again wasn't unique, double stacking that would be 30 armor pen, which would still be pretty broken, just straight up flat. So that's the first thing. But the second thing, they reduced the passive now down to 6.25, so you can only get 25% stacks fully from the 4 stacks you get from Black Cleaver just attacking him 4 times. But with the numbers in there, still, like, look at what's happening from the Gamer Ridge. Still, you have a 35% from Last Restorer if you get Last Restorer, 25% from Black Cleaver, 8% from your Mastery, which is still 55.15 multiplicative armor shredding. Or armor penetration, if you want to even go that way. So, yeah, they fixed the problem in a way, especially with the unique armor penetration, because yeah, the flat armor penetration was really smart. But 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 truthfully, the percentage resistance is a big thing, very big thing that we have to really take care of about. So, I mean, in general, I think that Black Cleaver is still a really good item and still actually OP in the sense that you can still not have to build 2 Black Cleavers anymore. You just build Black Cleaver and a Last Whisperer. Still build up really 80 items, but now instead of usually what an 80 caster would go and build into that Bloodthirster. Since Vampire Acceptor actually adds on your attack damage now, more oftentimes than not, you're going to be seeing people build into a Vamp Scepter, into Boots, into a Black Cleaver, and then building up to either Last Whisperer or some other sustain or damage item. And we're seeing that in this game right over here. That just actually happened yesterday, or actually today. Sorry, it was today. ESG, Eat Sleep Gaming, who is now, if you guys don't know, Azubu Reapered. He used to be the top laner for Blaze, is now part of ESG. He is the mainstay of ESG. We do have LFT Horo, who was actually part of Azubu before they changed him out and actually picked up by Zenic Tempest as their jungler, and now he's part of ESG as well. So we have 2 good known people and 3 people that I really don't know, just like 3 solo queue Korean players, Starleaf, you and me, and Mightly. But truthfully, the only problem, or the only thing we're talking about, is this Wukong play by Mr. Reaper. So Reaper, again, if you guys don't know, is a kind of strong slash. Probably a lot of people have said that, yeah, if he left Blaze, that they would be a little worse of a team. It's kind of showing. I mean, Flame was a pretty good top laner, but Reaper, I guess, is showing that since you left me behind, I'm just gonna go above and beyond you. And even though ESG, I don't expect them to do too much. I mean, you have Reaper and Horo because those 2 are actually really good. Overall, in general, when you have a solo queue kind of team, you start to build up like camaraderie, all that kind of communication and stuff in the beginning too. So that's kind of hard to actually test out though. But we're going to be going back to the topic of Wukong and Black Cleavers. I know it's a little touchy subject in a way that Black Cleavers have been talked about almost all exclusively this week, guys. Unfortunately, I'm just going to be adding onto the fire. But Wukong really quickly as well, the skill set. You have armor penetration with that Q shred, so you're going to have even more armor penetration. and you're gonna give more damage. And on top of that, when you have that Cyclone, I'll go right above on top of everybody else, shredding down on damage with the Black Cleaver hitting up and getting max stacks pretty much the whole time for the whole team. They paired it up with a Misfortune, you and me playing that Misfortune. Every time Misfortune hit a bullet time in front of the whole team, it would decimate, destroy, kill, and obliterate everybody within that pull for like 1 or 2 seconds of just damage. Just because the Cyclone just paired up everybody to have a uncleansable knockup on top of just the damage output that you have with that. So Wukong, although not played out too much because again Wukong is a top laner, you usually just get it for that mid game control session. The early game of Wukong is just awesome. But the late game kind of falls off because he is one trick pony. You have to decoy into Cyclone and hopefully just hit up everybody well. Technically, late game now is a lot different because Oracle's extract or Oracle's elixir is 5 minutes of use instead of what it used to was, where it could be just on forever, and that's why well, games kind of went down to like 70 minutes because of Oracle's elixir still being well unlimited, and you can never like ward or get any positional advantage. So yeah, that's another thing. Truthfully, that Wukong and slash the League of Legends game won't have as much, pretty much any literal time of too much late game. So yeah, there you go with that. And we just see the shred output by each sleep game. He just like totally did so much for that Cyclone, especially with only one Black Cleaver, getting so many stacks of shredding onto that Olaf. And unfortunately, Olaf just could not stand up the damage of the true damage that was coming out from the feast of Cho'Gath. On top of that, the armor shred and just the damage output of what Wukong has. And Wukong, again, if you just look at his item build, he has Mercury Treads, Crystalline Flask, and Black Cleaver, and that's it. He doesn't have anything else on top of that. So it's hard to say that that's not strong, but I have to say that's pretty strong in general, just to have that damage output plus that shred on top of that. So, unfortunately for Not, that is one of the things that he's building into. He's actually going to build into a second one later, but which lanes would Black Cleaver be viable for? More oftentimes than not, I've been stressing on the top lane, so top lane would be, of course, the given choice. I would say mid lane if you are going to go against like see it too much. Cassidin in mid, which you do see in this one. Cornsal is a really good Cassidin player. That's for Team OP. But yeah, Cassidin would be another player that you would see that kind of shred come out. But overall, top lane and AD carry per se, you can do it as well. Again, I was talking about Cutie Pie building up that Black Cleaver. He likes doing that for his bottom lane. It's a really good measure of tool if you're actually early game dominating to that mid game, and you want to just step up your early game domination by earning up that mid game as well. Truthfully, it's probably like the third or second item you would want to buy as a AD carry technically. So if you wanted to go into something of an AD carry build for that Black Cleaver, you want to go probably like double Zorans, pick up a Vamp Scepter, get that Berserker Greaves still, and then build into a Black Cleaver just to have that extra health, extra damage, and then the armor shred and stuff come into play as well. But truthfully, you could do this as well. You can literally just go straight health, or straight Black Cleaver with a Brutalizer, and then just go Boots 2 and just go run for it with a Vamps up there. I mean, that's enough sustain and enough damage output just to get down onto players right over there. We do see the damage output again right there from the MF Flare, but MF Flare getting really assassinated really quickly. So unfortunately, that's not probably the smartest of ideas. Right now, the biggest thing that ESG, each league game, wants to do is pretty much just group up together. I mean, that's what their comp is right now. They have TF that can catch up people, but they have Zyra, MF, Cho'Gath, Wukong. All four of those people kind of really need to be in close quarter combat to really focus and actually get more damage output altogether out. So if you can get that Wukong stun, plus on top of that Rupture, plus on top of the bullet time just laying waste to everybody, and maybe even a Zyra on top to boot, it'd be scary. That's just a really scary afterthought of what the team comp really would do. So there you go with that. Although Olaf has been said to have some really good pairing with Black Cleaver as well. Again, true damage is pretty OP. Doing more true damage is, I guess, more OP. And that's why Team OP should be going that way. But Olaf is actually doing tanky on the Udyr, but Ezreal, that slimy, slicky Ezreal building out that Black Cleaver, which is actually a decent item on Ezreal just because you can just get so many stacks so fast with your passive. And on top of that, your Mystic Shot would be doing so much damage with that magic resist or the armor shred as well. Sorry, magic resist shred. So yeah, overall, feel like the team comps, even to the point of ESG, is just super strong, and we're probably going to be seeing a good fight engagement coming up pretty soon from this. Why build two cleavers? If anything, I already said it a bunch of amount of times, but why build two cleavers? Because you can get a 50% max amount of armor shredding. But on top of that, you can actually get even more just regular armor shredding because it's 30 armor penetration until the news patch comes out to shred it even more. So overall, that's the reason why you would build two cleavers. Building 3 and 4, that's a little overkill because you don't really do too much else. You still need that utility of attack speed. You still need that utility of other items to like give you crit and all that goodness. Like, if anything, I would like to see probably Static Shift paired up with Black Cleaver because you can get some procs off of that. Plus, you have the advantage of having the more attack speed, having more move speed, and closing in distances as well. So if ever, that would be a good pair up with your Black Cleaver, maybe 1 or 2. But if you do Black Cleaver 3, 4, 5, 6, um, you're not moving fast. You're kind of healthy, but you're only getting like 1.5k health extra. And yeah, that's about it. Doesn't really help you out too much else other than, oh, I got tons of armor penetration, tons of armor shred, but I don't do that much damage. Again, 50 damage is good, but if you stack 50 damage 6 times, it's what, 300 damage? Oh, actually, that's pretty decent. Why doesn't people just build 6 Black Cleavers then? I don't know. Yeah, so don't know about that, but I would say it's probably not the smartest idea because you can still pair up Infinity Edge, Black Thirster, a lot of other things that give you more utility than what Black Cleaver does. So how does it change the dominance at top? Black Cleaver just does a lot of things that usually happen in the early game faster. You have one item that does 3 things that you really want to have happen faster for a top bruiser. Top bruisers usually before Black Cleaver's rework happened, built Frozen Heart, built maybe Bloodthirster, built something like um, I don't know any health items. I guess Warmox would be the thing. And those are the 3 items or 3 things that you would see from pretty much Black Cleaver right now. You have the health from Warmox that you would see at top lane that would be really easily gained. You have the mana, well, you don't have the mana, but you have the CDR reduction from Frozen Heart into the CDR of Brutalizer slash of Black Cleaver, where I mean it's not as much per se, but it's still really good. Slash actually right now it's actually almost the same, so there you go with that. And then on top of that you have the damage output that you get kind of from the Bloodthirster, but adding on top of that you get the other 2 stacks. So overall really great stuff from the Black Cleaver, but really great stuff also as well from ESG. Although Wukong just died early because he's being a ninny nanny. We'll see what will happen really soon with the team. But overall, in general, I mean, that's kind of what's happening with this game right now. We are in the Wild West, right? We don't know a lot of things about the game so far because it's changed so drastically in the last like 5 to 10 seconds, right? So we're gonna have to see where we can go for this. Armor penetration is a big stat. We know that they upgraded AD. We know that they upgraded attack speed to be lower cost. So with that lower cost, that means efficiently gold efficiency is going to be more effective to buy actually attack damage items and attack speed technically items. But in general, attack damage items, which can build into pretty much everything, it's more effective to actually buy onto that. So that's why you see Black Cleaver, you see BF swords all galore and everything being built out more than just really defensive items like now that defense is nerfed a little bit. You have like 810 to get into a Negatron cloak. That Negatron cloak compared to what you can get outfitting the BF sword, which is now 1550. I mean, that's a big difference. 70 gold up to get a little bit less resistance to what you get used to for, while you have to pay 100 less for about the same attack damage that you got before. It was actually pretty huge in the ratio of what damage it outputs and stuff like that. And we do see a pretty good ult plus pretty good damage down. And we do see each League game just get out of the dodge with that little bit of decoy. Overall, damage output from you and me, and plus on top of that, the damage output from Wukong. I mean, double block cleaver isn't something that is shying away from. And so that was really, really good to see overall in general. But yeah, what's right has changed for Cleaver. They're lowering it down a little bit more, but they need to lower it down. Maybe make the passive unique. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say the unique passive on the armor penetration, that's really important. So I'm all for that, but making it unique per se as well, because again, you can still stack block cleavers and you can get double penetration again. You can still get that magic resist shred or the armor resist shred down from what it was on that little note. 55%, I think it was like that. You can actually make it even more, so about 67% overall together. So again, 100% armor penetration is not good in any sense of the way, and you can get like a free crit on top of that. It's pretty much GG for any of your tanks. Not even your squishies. If your squishies get hit by like 2 or 3 shots of double block cleaver, even post patch, that's still GG. But if your tanks get hit like that, and plus on top of that, you're taking damage from other sources, you're not gonna go anywhere, and you're gonna take it down as well. So it's another one of those items like I think in StarCraft 2, Tenon's Amulet slash Psystorm was a really big thing for Protoss that needed to be nerfed. It got taken out of the game literally because it gave an extra Psystorm pretty much from the start, and more people were just abusing the fact that you can do a big AoE massive damage for no good reason for StarCraft 2. And this is kind of to the point of League of Legends right now. We have this big item that's very cost efficient that can be used in the mid game that gives decent to great stats and has a really great passive that is not unique, still doing a bit of great damage. So hopefully they do something about that. But if they don't, we're probably gonna be seeing the ban of Black Cleaver or the really big nerf of Black Cleaver yet again. So unfortunately for Nut, this is going to be the time slash the end of the episode. It has been L3IID saying some words, giving you some knowledge about black cleavers and all. Yeah, it's league cleavers, and you can't really stop that. The whole point. Again, thank you to all the awesome sponsors over on the top right. Thank you, Antec, Tretin, XMG, and Mad Cats. Also, thank you as well, D-eSports.com for hosting a little bit of the show today. Unfortunately, it is my time to go. I'm going to be out of here. Going to be joining up in the other stream, so don't you fret, don't you worry. I will see you guys next week. Thanks again, guys, and I will be out.